Not being able to afford meat, vegetable prices are also rising. It's been blamed on high temperatures and low rainfall. The Pietermaritzburg Economic Justice and Dignity Group says while the household food basket has risen year on year, this month has seen a spike in vegetable prices. The group's program coordinator, Mervyn Abrahams, speaks to us now about this. Mervyn Abrahams, very good morning to you. Tell us about the impact of the spike in vegetable prices.
The impact of the spike in vegetable prices will see itself play out on the plates of ordinary South Africans. It is critically important from a nutritional point of view that we have diversity of foods and not just maize meal and beans and samp, but that we also have vegetables on the plate for the nutrition of particularly our children. Undernutrition of children is a big issue in South Africa. We see that boy children under the age of 5, or 30% of boy children under the age of 5 are stunted, which affects their cognitive development, and 25% of girl children. And so with the spike of particularly vegetables, these fall off the plate, and it means that the plates no longer have nutritional diversity.
30% under 5 are stunted. I mean, that really is a staggering figure. And I understand that families, you know, in difficult times when you've got load shedding, when they've got to pay for expensive electricity, that it's things like vegetables that fall by the wayside.
Well, yes, because the food bill in a household is really the only part of the household budget that women themselves control. When price of electricity goes up, when prices of transport go up, and according to our data, the electricity costs in transport takes about almost 60% of a national minimum wage that might come into the household. As these other expenses increase, that means there is less and less money to purchase food. And so what households have to do, and what women tell us they have to do, is then to purchase the core foods. So it would be things like maize meal and samp and beans and oil, and all the other parts like vegetables, etc., fall off the plate, fruit fall off the plate. Another thing that we have seen this month is out of 15 core foods that a household tries to buy each month, 7 of those foods have increased from September to October. So there is immense pressure on the household budget for food. And
the increase in the child support grant by 10 Rand to 430, that's not going to help much, is it?
Well, yes, Jane, we have been arguing for quite some time that the child support grant should be set at the level where families are able to purchase at least sufficient nutritional food for children. Currently, the child support grant is standing at 430 Rand, but it costs about 576 Rand to feed a child between the ages of 10 and 13 a nutritious meal for that month. So the child support grant is way below what it takes to feed a child.
And obviously that deficit widens when the child gets older. I mean, you know, other than the sort of physical impact, I should imagine makes things like studying very hard and operating at their best.
Yes, and that is the impact that we are seeing across the socio-economic developmental impact we see from undernutrition. So we are investing a lot, as we should be as a country, in education. But a lot of the investment in education are not being able to be utilized because the children's cognitive development has been stunted. So that's one area. The second area is when we look at our death statistics from Stats SA, we will see that amongst African women, one of the highest causes of death in this country is non-communicable diseases. And we know that that is as a result of chronic undernutrition over a period of time. And so our health system is carrying the burden of undernutrition. And so we have to really put nutrition at the center of any developmental process in this country, as do our economic growth. Because when workers do not have sufficient food and nutritional food to eat, their productivity level and the innovative abilities are also not at the level it should be in order to drive the potential or the possible economic growth that this country requires.
Thanks for highlighting this issue for us, Mervyn.